Artlist.io. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
The thing that I liked most about Michael Jordan as a player was the fact that I didn't have to try to guard him. If you had a poor defensive scheme, he was going to fill the hoop up until you either figured it out or the game was over and you lost the game. Some of his acrobatic drives to the hoop are just remarkable. You know, he can get past the defense and use a little bit of English off of the glass. The ball drops in so nice. It takes some really advanced skills to do that consistently. The 1988 All-Star Game was a showcase for Michael. Michael had figured out all the things he needed to know to be a dominant player. Everything. One-on-one, couldn't guard him. What Michael Jordan showed the whole
And on a chilly February night, the city of Chicago hot with anticipation for tonight's marquee game.
To the All-Star Exhibition Game. Let's meet the starters for the West. At forward, making his second All-Star appearance, the standout veteran of the Denver Nuggets, 6'7", Alex English. Making his All-Star debut, the front-court star of the Utah Jazz, the mailman, 6'9", Karl Malone. The man in the middle, an all-star, each of his 4 pro seasons from the Houston Rockets, 7 feet, Akeem Olajuwon. guard making his first All-Star appearance, the versatile star of the Denver Nuggets, 6'3", Lafayette Fat Lever. And the NBA leader in assists in his 8th All-Star game from the Los Angeles Lakers, 6'9", Irvin Magic Johnson. The head coach of the West All-Stars is Brad Nelson. Let's hear it for your West All-Star. And now, the starting lineup for the Eastern Conference. At forward, a 3-time most valuable player, an All-Star each of his 9 seasons from the Boston Celtics, 6'9", Larry Bird. He's one of the NBA's most exciting players. In his 3rd All-Star game from the Atlanta Hawks, 6'8", Dominique Wilkins. The man in the middle, an All-Star for the 10th time. One of the game's most rugged rebounders from the Washington Bullets, 6'10", Moses Malone. At guard, the most valuable player of the 1984 and 1986 All-Star games. This Chicagoan is making his 7th All-Star appearance from the Detroit Pistons, 6'1", Isaiah Thomas. And finally, the NBA leader in scoring and steals, an All-Star each of his 4 seasons. The charismatic
Greetings, everyone, from Chicago, the home for the 1988 All-Star Game. Alongside the terrific Clark Kellogg and our reporter David Aldridge on the sidelines, I'm Kevin Harlan. And Clark, this terrific city has produced some greats, and 4 of them playing tonight.
You're exactly right, Kevin. The Windy City, Chicago, has produced Mo Cheeks, Isaiah Thomas, Doc Rivers, and Mark Aguirre, all All-Stars, and I'm sure they've got plenty of family and friends in attendance to enjoy their performance on the court.
Yep, so much to celebrate. And Clark, is there a common thread when you think about a Chicago-type player?
Well, I certainly do believe there's a common thread. When playing outside or outdoors in the Windy City, the perimeter shot can easily get blown off course, so you got to be able to get that thing to the right and in a straight line fashion. And that's something all Chicago players share in common.
A lot of high flyers, you're right. And your West All-Stars, Fat Lever and Magic Johnson, the guards, Alex English and Karl Malone at the forward spots, and in the middle, Hakeem Olajuwon. For the East, it's Moses Malone inside, and Dominique Wilkins with Larry Bird, the forwards. And in the backcourt, Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan.
And you look at Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, rivals since college, early on, no love lost between them, but over time, they've become friends.
Here's Thomas after Magic Johnson's bucket. Jordan with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Out of bounds, it'll be the West All-Stars ball.
West All-Stars ball.
And here's Malone. He'll bring it up for the West. Johnson against Jordan. English left side. And it's sent back by Wilkins. And that one is good. Harkin amidst this all-star celebration, labor negotiations between the players and the NBA continue.
Trying to find their way through this current impasse, Kevin, and looking to avoid any interruptions to this game that we all have a love affair with.
Yeah, I know you and I hope they can find some common ground.
Please make it happen soon.
Now Bird, following the three-point attempt by Michael Jordan. A rebound by Malone. And Michael Jordan winning the dunk contest yesterday, Clark. Can he add to his trophy case tonight?
Kevin, I think his teammates want to see him win the MVP. I think they're going to give him as many touches as he needs to have a chance to do it.
Ooh, that'll be fun to watch. And an exhibition game with plenty of motivation for these stars nonetheless. For more, let's say hello to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, I was talking to Larry Bird about his goals for the matchup, and he said, I think our job is to get the ball to Michael Jordan, get him into the game, and get the crowd into the game. So if Bird has anything to do with it, Michael Jordan will be the MVP. And that would be poetic justice this weekend. Guys, back to you.
Especially where we are. Well said, David. Thank you. Jordan Clark, obviously, in front of his hometown crowd. He loves it, and they really love it.
No doubt about it, Kevin. Think about the fans in Chicago. They love basketball. And I can expect, and you can too, a ton of energy, some extra adrenaline anytime Michael touches the ball.
Clark, this city is on fire with Jordan, aren't they? I mean, they love him, and they think about what's to come. My goodness.
Smoking.
Yeah. And Magic Johnson, Clark, made it clear coming into this game that he wanted a challenge of defending the great Michael Jordan.
He certainly did. And the West as a team will certainly have their work cut out for them trying to slow that guy down.
That is going to be fun to watch. And the Eastern All-Stars favored to win tonight.
Star power and firepower. Veteran IQ and smarts. But you never know. The West has quite a bit of talent, too.
Indeed, they do.
You know, there's so much that's amazing to me about Jordan, but his endurance stands out. He consistently gets stronger, it seems, as the game goes on. He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Now, here's Johnson.
Johnson has incredible athleticism and uses it to bully the defense there.
First personal foul.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Shooting for West All-Stars, Magic Johnson. At the line for two.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Johnson. And Michael Jordan won the dunk contest last night, and man, was it great. What a thriller. He and Dominique Clark put on a great show, and you could tell they both wanted it so badly. Perhaps the home court advantage gave Michael Jordan Clark the edge.
And there was another winner from last night, and that was Larry Bird, taking home the trophy in the three-point shootout. And he didn't even need to take off his warm-ups to handle his business.
Clark, somebody told me he looked at the rest of the competitors and said, okay, who's going to be in second place here? Who's going to finish behind me?
Sounds just like him.
And Jordan has it in the corner. Look at the soft touch of Michael Jordan. And tonight's All-Star MVP will have a $5,000 check presented in their name, Clark, to the Thurgood Marshall Black Education Fund.
A great cause in honor of a terrific American.
And if there was a snub, Clark, for this year's All-Star game, many felt it was the sharpshooter Dale Ellis of the Sonics.
Well, you take a look at what he's done. He's the only top 10 scorer in the NBA who was not an All-Star.
The Tennessee Volunteers should be here. The Clark, the record for points in the All-Star game is 42, set by Wilt Chamberlain back in the 1962 All-Star game.
And you know, a lot of Wilt's records seem virtually untouchable, but I don't think that one is. With all these great scores, who knows? It might be broken tonight.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun? Here's English, following the basket by Michael Jordan. Charity stripe shot. The offensive rebound, Olajuwon. The grace of Hakeem Olajuwon. Something special to see. Clark wide open, high scoring both ways.
These tremendous All-Stars are putting on a tremendous show, Kevin.
And Michael Jordan, not only last season's leading scorer by a mile, but Clark Kellogg this season, he is in the running for the Defensive Player of the Year.
He is the true definition of a two-way player. Gets it done at a high level at both ends.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars.
You know, it's not just on the players to change things up. It's up to these coaches to make the right reads as well.
some changes. Gordy comes in for Bird, and it's Rivers in for Thomas. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for Elijah. Worthy comes in for Malone. McDaniels checked in for English. And it's Drexler in for Lever. And Kareem looking to set the career record for all-star scoring. Isn't that something?
It really is. Needs just 10 points to do it, Kevin, and you got to love his chances. I mean, that's a layup for him, pun intended.
Good one. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the most all-star appearances by far in NBA history. Clark, an all-star in every season of his career except one. And in that year, he was injured.
Yeah, and at 40 years of age, matter of fact, the youngest player tonight was only 4 years old when Kareem made his first all-star appearance. That player, Brad Daugherty.
No kidding.
That's right.
Now here's Jordan. He's got 15.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
And stolen by Jordan. Daugherty outside. Jordan looking around. The three. It could go. A good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. It's the West All-Stars leading by 3. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Welcome back, everyone, to the 1988 All-Star Game here in Chicago. As these great fans of Michael Jordan can bring home the win and the MVP hardware. The East trail by 3.
And the head coach of the East, Mike Fratello, his first time coaching in the All-Star Game.
On the court for the West All-Stars, Worthy out there with McDaniel. Then there's Drexler. Then it's Kareem, and it's Johnson in at the 1 spot. Drexler against Ewing. Pass to McDaniel. Shot clock at 6. Back to Drexler. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. How about that? Mike's a terrific friend of yours and mine, and Fratello's Hawks recently moved into first place in the East after the Cavs beat the Celtics. Clark enabling him to become the coach of the East All-Star.
So don't be surprised if the Cavs' Brad Daugherty gets extended minutes in his first All-Star appearance. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Shoot 2.
The free throw drops for Drexler. And the West has made their imprint here in the early going clock.
Unfazed by
Worthy. And Aguirre's subbed in for McDaniel. And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for the East All-Stars. It's a 5-point game. Here's Jordan. Elijah with the block.
Elijah is a ferocious defender and rim protector. Really excels at slapping shots away.
Here's Johnson. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Magic Johnson leads the league in assists, and he's also got the most assists in All-Star Game history. He processes the game at another level, folks.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge with a report on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Thank you, Kevin. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the oldest All-Star in history. This is his 17th game. No one else has been in more than 13. To put that into context, there were 6 players in yesterday's Legends game that were younger than Kareem. Johnson says he respects Kareem more than anyone I know because of the pride this man has in whatever he does. Kevin, back to you.
He is a very proud individual. David, thank you. And Kareem's coming out here, Clark, after spending 2 days in bed with strep throat. I mean, it's remarkable.
And Kevin, that's exactly the pride that we're talking about. And that's why it seems like every game we do, Kareem is adding to some type of record that he's already established. Tonight, he could very well become the leading scorer in the history of the All-Star game.
Isn't that phenomenal? They call him captain for a reason. He is truly the leader of this entire NBA.
Yes, sir. And you know, so far, I like the effort from both teams. It's an exhibition, but each team showing great pride. They're getting after it.
And Clark, so much talent for each side, but they got to develop that chemistry on the fly, don't they?
Exactly. And that's what the coaches will be looking for down the stretch. Which group of players really complement one another and give you the best chance to win?
And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by.
And Coach Mike Fratello, a colleague of ours, coaching in the All-Star game, standing tall amongst a bunch of tall guys in the NBA. You know, his dad was an amateur boxer, and, you know, I think that background gives Mike a lot of confidence as a coach.
Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Michael Jordan. Olajuwon, the pass to Aguirre. Got a piece of it. Passes to Johnson. Lets it go from deep. That's in there. Coming off the assist from Aguirre. Johnson's got the lead up to 8 now for the West All-Stars. And Clark, not easy for these coaches to put their stamp on the game. Only a 1-hour practice yesterday to get acquainted and move through some sets.
And you know, Kevin, it's not about necessarily practice time. A few offensive sets is all that's needed. I think it's how you manage the players and give them a platform to have fun and do what they do.
That's a good point. And starting last season, Clark, Michael Jordan's scoring went through the roof.
Averaging over 37 points per game, partner, and he's kept close to that pace this season as well. Remarkable.
Oh, amazing and remarkable, right. Wow. The East trailed by 8. Outside Jordan. Kept alive. And not many out there who can elevate like Michael Jordan.
I love how Jordan uses his jumping ability on the offensive boards. I mean, this guy just does not give up.
The West leading by 6. Lever taking his time here. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. Wow, is it tough to stay in front of Isaiah Thomas.
How about this list? Players who have never missed an All-Star game in their careers. Jerry West, Bob Pettit, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, and Hakeem Olajuwon. Those last 3 playing here tonight.
Lever passes to Olajuwon. Shot from free throw range.